Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 7 today and we are back for the final 2 games of the Welsh Premier League season. And what a turnaround it's been. The January signings our Director of Football produced in the last episode were fantastic. And they have led us, combined with some other teams' form, to the verge of 7th place and a proper mid-table finish. So if you're looking forward to finding out how we get on today and whether we can prevent this being the last episode of the season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. We had our latest Hemel Hempstead episode at 11:30 today, and that will continue throughout the beta period, as will this one at 3:30 every afternoon. But for now, we've got a big job on our hands with Cefn Druids. We're going to be live at 6 o'clock with Derby County on Twitch. That one, their link is in the eye above. But Cefn Druids, with 2 games to go, are on the verge of finishing 7th. A draw in this game, and it's job done, because we're playing Flint Town, the only side who can catch us. And on the final day against Aberystwyth, if we win that, the rest doesn't matter. However, whether we get a European playoff or not will depend on the battle for 3rd and 4th, because Penybont are facing Cardiff Met Uni for the 3rd and final European place. However, they're also, if we go to Penybont's schedule, going head-to-head in the Welsh Cup final. So whoever finishes 3rd, we also need to win the Welsh Cup. Otherwise, the playoff for the final European spot will be between the sides in 3rd and 6th. If not, the playoff for the final European spot and Europa Conference qualifying football next year will be between 4th and 7th, which looks likely to include us. I'm sure against Cardiff Met Uni, Barry and Barla, we won't make it. We've only done well consistently when we're playing bottom half sides. But we can dream, can't we? And what an achievement, given the fact that we were 1 game from the sack just 4 months ago. We've also had a youth intake which is mind-blowingly good and solves a lot of the problems we had earlier in the season too. All in all, the last 3 months of this season have been absolutely brilliant. I've had a fantastic time. I'm finally starting to love Cefn Druids, and the results on the pitch are a resounding success. Since the league split, we drew the first one against Haverfordwest. You then saw the big 4-1 win on camera last time out. Since then, 5 wins and only 1 defeat. We beat Flint Town 3-0 at home. Roberto, Bickerstaff and Kane Lewis with the goals. Away at Carnarvon, 1-0 victory. Emmanuel Aguiman getting that one. A 2-0 win at Haverfordwest. Roberto and Bickerstaff won apiece. Disappointment at Aberystwyth. We deserved to lose. We were really poor in that game. Owen Jones getting the winner for the hosts. Against Newtown in a reverse fixture, another beating. Chris Baker with his first for the club and Roberto getting a hat-trick. And then into April, a 3-0 win against Carnarvon. They're already relegated, but Bickerstaff with 2 and Cody Roberto with 1 made it a comfortable win before half-time. So 2 games today, a point basically does it for us. And we could be qualifying for Europe if we get through the playoffs at the end of the year. And that would certainly be a grandstand finish if we got that in the next episode. However, there is some negative news on the transfer front. It's not all roses and shining at the moment. If we go to the transfer screen, Emmanuel Aguiman has pre-agreed a deal with Fano, who are in the Italian Serie D. He will be leaving at the end of the season, and in the second half of this year, he'd been utterly brilliant. Once he'd got natural in that right midfield role, he started to deliver assists, he started to deliver brilliant crosses for the front 2, who are scoring more and more. You can see that 5 assists now in his 29 games. And he's going to be a miss next year because we've got lots of good left wingers. Not a great deal coming through on the right. So big loss Emmanuel Aguiman, but hopefully the Director of Football will get to work in the summer. The good news though is on our personal front, because we have been offered a new 1-year deal, a £40 a week pay rise as well. So 250 quid a week. We've got a job for next season. And financially, if we do get the sack somehow, we've then got the opportunity to bounce back. If we go and have a look though at the squad, I've got to show you the stars from the youth intake because 2 or 3 of them have already made first team appearances. The star of the show, without doubt, is Jesse Naylor. What a player. 2.5-star centre-half, can play in the holding role naturally, 5-star potential as you'd expect, 2 sub-appearances which have been very good already. But look at the stats, a pretty good mix. Professional personality, which is key. 6'1" and great in the jump. Great teamwork, great work rate, decent determination. Pretty good mentally across the board, it has to be said. A little bit of improvement needed on the technical side, but at 16, That's about as good as we could have hoped for. Certainly better than Summerfield, better than Phil Mooney was before. A real squad player at centre-back, and has enabled us to give a little rest to some of our centre-halves when we've been 2 or 3 up in games. There are a few more coming through of high quality. If I go and show you the under-19s, wasn't listed as a golden generation, but you can see there's a few pretty good ones in there. David Evans was the other one who's made a senior appearance. Did get injured pretty quickly, unfortunately. 2.5-star ability left winger, big potential again. He's quick, again, great teamwork, decent personality. Technically a little bit better already, maybe not quite so much on the mental side, not great off the ball, not the best decision maker, but certainly got a lot of promise. So Cefn Druids bringing through some really good youngsters here. There's a young striker in Nathan Nichols who I'm really excited about too. Brilliant finisher, good first touch, composed, maybe not the quickest in the world, but I wouldn't complain if he was my 4th choice striker next year. Guindo is the attacking midfielder who was talked about in that preview. Pretty good. I don't think good enough to make me change my tactic. Certainly not fit enough for that. But definitely someone who could maybe be in the squad as a centre midfielder next year and can contribute to this team enormously. In terms of the rest, I'm not going to run through all of them. But there are other players in there who have got massive potential. Virtually all of them were 3.5, 4, 4.5 potential. And there's a few more who you can see have got a little bit of ability already. But those ones were definitely the 4 stars. And 2 of them have already played for the senior squad. So basically fantastic on all fronts, apart from the fact that Agyemang's leaving. We have got a couple of other players out of contract. Jones, the goalkeeper, one I'm a little worried about because there's not much in terms of depth behind him. We've obviously got the loan ones going. Niall Flint will be leaving the club. George Harry, I'm not sure what's happening with him, but with the young striker that's coming in and Nick Roberts signed in January, it's not really had much of a look in this half of the season. So we're in a really good position. Most of the other players have signed an extension now. Roberto's here next year, Pavel Vieira the same, and then Lever, Lewis and Bio, 3 of the back 4. We've got a core of a squad already there for next year. Add in the fact that the likes of Owen and Baker are on amateur deals, and unless they do really well, they probably won't be moved on elsewhere. Charlie Edge is on non-contract terms, but we've got a lot of good left wingers. I'm cautiously optimistic about the future of Cefn Druids, and maybe that next year could be a good year for us where we can get a springboard to try and get another job. But the biggest way we can get people looking at us is to try and take that outside chance of getting into Europe. If we get a draw against Flint Town, we're guaranteed 7th. Then we just have to watch the others and see what happens. So let's go and pick our lineup for this big game. We're going to try and be as strong as we possibly can. I mean, the 11 is so settled now. This is our first 11. There's no doubt about it. We've got Michael Jones in goal, Bio and Owen the fullbacks with Lever and Lewis the centre-halves. Agyemang and Edge the wingers, Vieira and Baker, a lovely partnership in the middle already. And then Bickerstaff and Roberto, goals galore up front now. 30 between them, Roberto's on fire. Bickerstaff's improving. I really would love to get him back next year, but I don't think it's going to happen. Having said that, there's some brilliant young talent on the bench. And this squad is as strong as it's ever been. So let's get into the game away at Flint Town. And let's try and keep the excellent form going. And here are the lineups for today. As we've mentioned before, Flint Town, one of those sides that haven't really got a superstar. And to be fair, we were predicted to be in the bottom 3 by the media pre-season. Flint Town bottom, us 3rd bottom. And we're fighting it out for 7th place. So we both deserve credit. We're going to get the lads motivated. Roberto, the main one who has reacted. And into the first half we go. Anything but a defeat. And this will be a fantastic result. As we've got a throw at left back with Kano in early doors. Into Charlie Edge, who's come back into the team. And staying fit, he's been crucial for us. Sets up so many goals with his set pieces. Now that's poor from Vieira. Gives it away to Jennings. And he tries to go from distance. It was a fabulous strike. Caught it really well. But it goes wide of the post and we survive it. Not the best start from Cefn Druids though. And maybe we'll have to think about going more positive. We've sort of adjusted between mentalities quite a bit this year. As that one's not far away either. Flint Town operating on a shoot on sight policy. And with 20 minutes gone, I'm going to do it. We're going to go more positive. We're going to try and get on the front foot. And we're also going to encourage these lads. See if we can get more out of them. And immediately, we've got to throw at the other end with Kane Owen to Charlie Edge. Can someone get the ball in the box? We've been so threatening from it this year. Kane Owen again to Vieira. Back to Kane Owen. There's 3 or 4 in the middle. So many more bodies forward. The box-to-box midfielder has been a fabulous asset. And here he is, Chris Baker. Not far over the bar. Shoots from the edge. Got himself in a good position. But unable to get the goal for us. It's a goal kick for Flint Town. Big ball down the right for them. Kano in there to intercept our left back. He's got Charlie Edge ahead of him, but plays up to the target man, Roberto. Into Vieira, up to Roberto. And back again to Kano in the left back. Into Charlie Edge. Support up with him. Plays up to Bickerstaff. It's headed away as far as Barnard. He gets it to Evans, to Wild. They still look a threat here, Flint Town. Arguably had the better chances in this game as well. They're getting behind down the left channel, but Kane Lewis hacks it away. Aguiman can't get there first though, and Barnard can cross. Dangerous ball into Wild, but his header just lands on the roof of the net. Looped up. Probably wasn't a real threat to the keeper. But Flint Town the better side here, there's no doubt about that. And they're coming forward again with Robinson on the right. We're seeing plenty of them in action today. Maybe they know how important this game is. Llewellyn gets the shot in. It's a good save by Michael Jones. Corner kick, 10 minutes to half time. It's Operation Cling On at the moment. It's going to be taken by Lewis from the right-hand side. Outswinger headed away by Kane Lewis. Excellent work. But the pressure is still on. We've got a goal kick though with Michael Jones. Can we nick one that we don't deserve? Baker's here got a 3-on-3. It's a lovely touch. Got a man on the right but goes alone. Baker shot at the keeper. Probably should have done better with that. It's a clear-cut chance. We hadn't produced one till that point, but we're certainly getting back into it. Towards half-time, we performed a little better. But at the break, it's 0-0, and I'm going to say we're disappointed. It looks like we're getting a reaction out of these lads. We can't get any worse than that, as we've got a throw on the right with Yolani Bayo to Aguiman. Bayo's produced so many assists with big crosses this half of the year. Been brilliant back at right back. As the ball's cleared to Wild, Vieira gets back. This is more like us. Winning the ball high up the pitch, getting it in early doors. Aguiman gets it on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball into the box from the byline? Roberto's at the back post, hits the woodwork, and the keeper tips it away second time. Bayo back to Bickerstaff though. We've still got the opportunity going. Aguiman out to Bayo. Can't get it in. It peters out, but we're back with a corner straight after. Headed away as far as Kane Owen. Why is there no player back there? What on earth is going on as that one's over the bar? Let me just go and sort that out, and we'll be back in a moment, where hopefully we won't send everyone forward from a set piece. We're back again just before the hour mark with Flint Town. No idea what happened to my corner routine there. One side was fine with two players back. The other one, everybody went into the box, as Jennings gets the ball on the edge to Barnard. Chance to cross from the left. We've had a really good start to the second half. It'd be an awful time to concede, but it's not looking unlikely here. To the back post for Llewellyn. Just over hit, but they've still got three in the box. Robinson's one of them, and it's into the corner. Right at the end of the season, we're starting to falter. We're going to demand more from these lads. We're going to drop back to balanced, because I think now our best hope is Aberystwyth. This game has not been a good one for us. Or maybe Flint Town dropping points next time out. It's a cross from the left-hand side. Weaver's up. It's 2-0. Is he offside? He is. The flag goes up. Let's get some of the youngsters on off the bench. Charlie Edge will have a rest for Stanton. Bickerstaff anxious, so Roberts will come on. And Jesse Naylor for Lever, maybe? He's not had a great game, so yes, I'm going to take him off. Let's make sure we've got everyone fit for next week. And let's make sure the youngsters have got a chance to shine. 22 minutes to go. Fingers crossed for an equaliser from somewhere. As it's a free kick from the left again for Flint Town. And Yolani Bayo has conceded a penalty. It looked a soft one, but to be honest, the ball went in anyway, so the penalty's a better outcome for us. Can we survive it? Michael Wild steps up. Keeper's beaten Michael Jones. And it's a bit weird, isn't it? Even where we've been really good this second half of the season, when we played the better sides in the bottom half of the league, in Aberystwyth and in Flint Town, we've had mixed displays, particularly away from home. We've really struggled to get going, as Roberts tries to work in behind. Beaten to it, and it's back to the goalkeeper. I just hope this doesn't knock the confidence too much, as Aguiman in off the right-hand side to Baker. Time for it to go from distance, it's just over the bar. To be honest, we're not creating great chances. We're just hitting them from a long way out and hoping. Having said that, we have now had more shots on target. We've been the better team this second half, but we conceded goals at a poor time as Baker goes long over the top. Roberts will chase it but not get there. I'm going to encourage the lads once more as Aguiman brings it down for Baker. To Roberto, to Roberts. Been a hero a couple of times this year. That one was close, but it flies over the bar. And unlike other games, we're not getting it wide and getting the ball in the box. Maybe it's because Flint Town are matching us up with the 4-4-2. But the wide play's not working. We're getting fourth central, we're shooting from distance. And it's led to a very poor result. A 2-0 defeat away at Flint Town was an even game decided in moments. But you can't begrudge them the victory based on how we played. And now it's a big game against Aberystwyth. We'll be back in a minute for it. Well, here we are for a very big night for us and for Welsh football. We're keeping our eyes like a hawk on Cardiff Met Union Pennybont. It doesn't really matter who finishes third as long as that team wins the final in a week or two's time. We're facing Aberystwyth. We need a win now because Flint Town, they've got a chance to catch us. If they drop points against Haverfordwest, we're fine anyway, but we're going to be going out for the victory. Aberystwyth, the only other poor performance we've had since the league split. They are the best two sides alongside us, and perhaps it's no coincidence they're the two we've struggled against. So let's go and have a look at the lineup. I'm not going to panic. I think I'm going to go for the same again because they've not let me down much in this second half of the year, and they weren't that bad in the last game either. So same 11, same 18, into the game we go against Aberystwyth. This for a potential place in a European Places playoff. But there is a big nemesis in goal. Gregor Zabret, legend for us in our Builder Nation with Bangor City last year. If you've no idea what I'm on about, please do check out that save in the eye above. It was brilliant fun. However, it's not a star-studded team for Aberystwyth. It's a team where we produce some of our most disappointing performances of the season. We've told the lads we want an improvement. We've got most of them on side. We just need to get a result. It doesn't have to be pretty. Early doors here. We've got a throw on the left-hand side with Kane Owen. Plays it to Vieira and Edge. Chipped up to the near post for Roberto and back to Edge. Bickerstaff's up there. That's the start we wanted. Brilliant work from both of the front two. One as the target man at the near post. And then Charlie Edge, he's got that quality. And Bickerstaff is a true poacher. 1-0 with 11 minutes gone. We're dominating on the stats front. Let's get the other scores up because Aberystwyth playing a 4-4-2 doesn't matter. Flint Town are winning. That does matter. We cannot afford to lose this game. Evans gets the ball on the left for the visitors to Glean. Back to Pearson. Not now. Good save by Jones. It seems like the sort of game, like that Pennybont one a couple of episodes ago, where you can just see a screamer going in and costing us. We'd like to avoid that today as Pearson takes the corner. Vieira heads away. Really good work from him. Is the danger over? They've still got it on the right. Beats his man. Will he get the crossing? We force him back. It's good work. Veal's got it inside there. Back to Glean. Didn't follow his runner. Glean shoots and hits the bar. Lever back to Jones. Composed defending in the circumstances. We get it away. And Haverfordwest have equalised. As it stands, we don't have to worry. Although Flint Town are straight back ahead. Lewis is up at the far post with a corner. With a header, sorry, not a corner. And it's saved by Zabret, who weirdly opts to punch. It's back to Bio and now Vieira. To Roberto, to Bickerstaff. Loads of men up in support of the attack. Baker gets it to Agyemang. Oh, that's a rocket. If it does turn out to be his final game for the club, what a parting gift from Agyemang. A brilliant second half of the year from him. It took him a while to get used to the position. But Emmanuel Agyemang with an absolute screamer. And now surely we're going to finish in 7th place. As Edge gets it on the left wing again. Delivers into Roberto. Now we're having a party. 3-0 Cefn Druids, 35 gone. Aberystwyth aren't coming back from this. Pennybont are drawing, Cardiff Met Uni are losing. They're level on points for 3rd place. But it doesn't really matter what happens now. The same team has to win the Welsh Cup final. So basically there's 3 automatic spots for Europe in Wales. And then the 4th one is separated by the next 4 league teams as Aberystwyth get in and score. Dangerous time for us on the stroke of half time. Owen Jones with a finish. He's the one who scored last time. We've got a comfortable lead at the break. 3-1. At the moment, 7th place, the top of the bottom half. It's about all we could have asked for as Haverfordwest equalise. Pennybont score. So now we need Pennybont to win the Welsh Cup final as it stands. And that means we'll then be in a rivalry with the 4th, 5th and 6th place teams for a place in the Europa Conference first qualifying round. As Veal goes forward, Lever intercepts. We can't afford to get complacent yet. There's only 2 goals in this, and Aberystwyth have got an attacking threat. As Bio gets the ball at right back, chips it forward. Nobody's there, but Vieira nicks the second ball. In towards Bickerstaff, that's dirty. And he's on a yellow card as well, get him off. 11v10, and now surely we cannot throw this away. We've been the better side already, we've got a 2-goal advantage anyway. It's taken a swing for 3rd, Cardiff Met Uni up there, as Owen throws into Edge, back to Vieira. And Owen again on the left-hand side, delivers towards Bickerstaff, who loses out in the air. And it's hacked downfield, but I feel we can go positive now, really get on the front foot. Let's try and have a party, as Bickerstaff heads in the Agyemang cross. It's 4-1 Cefn Druids. Party time is here, and we can start to make some changes. Because with 25 left, we are dominant. Bio chips the ball forward, headed away by Thorn. Only as far as Lewis to Bio again. And Agyemang. Bickerstaff chasing it. Back to Vieira. Over the top. Bickerstaff will chase, but it looks like he's going to be second best in that race. Zabret clears it long downfield. Lewis gets up. Been a revelation at centre half. Finds Edge on the left-hand side. He's got a chance to cross. Both strikers in the middle. Delivers towards Bickerstaff. Edge just wide. Could have been a hat-trick for the front man. But instead, it remains just 4-1. And we can bring on 3 of the youngsters now. 3 changes have been made. Charlie Edge has dropped to left back. And that is a moment we have been waiting for. The young centre-half Naylor gets his first goal for the football club. Stanton and Roberts getting another run out as well. The 2 youngsters signed by the director of football. This has been the perfect 5-star display. The perfect response to Flint Town. And hopefully shows you, combined with Newtown in the last episode, why we've been doing so well the second half of the year. The director of football has to take credit. He took his time to do his work, but he did it in the end and it was very good. And now we can celebrate having a really good team to watch. The only icing on the cake would be the 3rd place team winning a cup and us getting a European playoff. As Jones gets it wide to Hosey. Aberystwyth looking for a consolation. They might have a go from distance here considering where they are. Hosey's got the chance to cross now though. Gets to the byline. Charlie Edge not a natural left back and doesn't look it there. In towards Wilson who heads over the bar. It stays 5-1. What a way to finish. What a brilliant performance. And forget whether we get the European playoff or not. Forget that for now. We were 1 game from the sack, fighting for 10th or 11th place until the start of January. That episode where we came back and we had the game on Boxing Day at Pennybont where we were 1 up and we ended up losing it 3-1. Was a game where I thought we might not survive here. We have finished in 7th. We finished comfortably in mid-table. And even though Aberystwyth have got a 90th minute goal, it is not taking any of the party atmosphere away here. The perfect way, potentially, to finish the season. And look, there we go. We have definitely qualified for the European Places playoff. I suppose, actually, I've not thought this through, have I? Whoever wins the cup now out of 3rd and 4th will get the automatic spot. And then the next 4 teams will be the other one of them, Barry, Bala and us. So we have got a European Places playoff. It's not going to take place for a couple of weeks because the Welsh Cup final needs to pass first. But we've got 1 more episode this season. And I know we are the very, very firm underdogs when it comes to these 4 sides. But we have got an opportunity just to try and get into Europe this year. We'll be back in a couple of weeks to enjoy that one. What a second half of the season. We've got the momentum. We've got the form. If you did enjoy this episode, that brilliant 5-star performance against Aberystwyth, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking now. So many of you said we were going to be sacked. And I can completely understand why. I'm only having a laugh. But what a second half of the year. The director of football in January has been brilliant. Carl Baker, a revelation to this team. A phenomenal youth intake to look forward to. Let me know what you think of the stars from that. And all in all, I'm looking forward to Cefn Druids now. And more importantly, if this squad doesn't get disintegrated, I think we've got a chance at the top half next year. If you want to stay up to date and find out how we get on, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Daily videos from 2 long-term stories, as Hemel Hempstead will be back at 11:30 in our One Club Save tomorrow. And in this one, a bonus episode back at 3:30. And it's a European Places playoff, something we never expected, even 2 episodes ago. If you haven't already, please do click in the eye above. You can catch up with anything you've missed from the FM22 series. There's also a link to my Twitch channel there where we have daily live streams throughout the beta week at 6 PM with Derby County. So come and get involved in the chat and have a little bit of fun with us. But for now, a massive thank you for watching, for joining along as always. And we've got a bonus to finish the season. Nobody expected that. But I'll see you tomorrow as we try and qualify for Europe.